Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into this episode of the SimpleBiz360 podcast. My name's Jeff Mason. I'm your host on this episode, and you can find us on YouTube, Rumble, 28 audio platforms, and our home is SimpleBiz360.com, where you can get our book, same name, SimpleBiz360, Timeless Business Tools. There's 255 of them in there, so you can get them, get the book or audio version, Kindle or paperback, right through our website, or you can go direct to Amazon. So today we're going to be asking a question: is wiggle room good for business? So this is a question that you're going to have to ask yourself and ultimately answer. But what is wiggle room? I'm sure you've been hearing it or heard of it. But it's, for me, I'll never forget, a CEO took me into a conference room, locked the door behind us or closed the door behind us and said, "Hey, you can't write an email like that, Mason. You can't pigeonhole us into a tunnel. You've got to give us the ability to exit stage left or exit stage right, or pivot stage left or pivot stage right." And basically he was saying, in essence, we need to be able to lie if we have to. So the question is wiggle room good for business? And I think there's two sides of the coin that we have to look at. Wiggle room is good sometimes for business, and we need to use it, and sometimes it's bad. So let's look at the good first. It gives management opportunities to manage behind the scenes. It does. It gives you the opportunity to let progress develop. It lets you gather information. Maybe you don't have all your facts yet, so you've just got to kind of hedge the customer and tell them, listen, we should have everything sewn up. We're going to try to get it on that truck by Thursday. Today's Monday. We're working like crazy to make it happen. Just stay tuned. I'll be in touch tomorrow or Wednesday to tell you. So it avoids, a premature doom and gloom message that maybe, if you said, no, we're not going to make that truck Thursday, the person's, going to do something, maybe cancel the order, and all of a sudden you could get it on the truck Thursday. So, we don't want to get in a position where we prematurely spread doom and gloom news, but it gives you the ability to save the day by managing the variables behind the scenes. Sometimes we can do that. And so many of our orders are handled that way. We just don't know it. We don't always know that chicken Parmesan that we got, that the first cutlet fell on the floor after it was cooked, and the kitchen had to scurry about to make it happen another way. Maybe they took a platter entree from another customer, and maybe they didn't. And sometimes maybe we don't need to know. But bottom line is, it came out with all the other meals, and we don't need to know all the details, right? Well, sometimes that wiggle room it gives the company an opportunity to figure out a lie, or in many cases gives the company an opportunity to develop a lie, right? And I've been with companies that say, hey, listen, we're not going to make that delivery, Mason. I don't care what you tell your customer. Just, it's not going to happen on Thursday. It's going to happen Monday. So you tell them whatever story you want. Not always healthy, right? And then it in that case, wiggle room, if it's on the negative side of the coin, we get to skirt some issues. Maybe the customer's been asking us for updates, and we just don't want to pigeonhole ourselves to an answer. So we keep kind of answering questions we want to ask ourselves rather than the one the customer is asking, or the ones the customer is asking. And, it also, in that case, on the negative side of the coin, it allows us to omit potentially costly and negative details that we don't want the customer to know. Now, a friend of mine one time, crazy story, and this is where I'd love to end on this quick episode. He tells me about a situation he had where samples were finished incorrectly, went out to a big household name. Everyone listening to this podcast would know who this customer is. Went out to the customer. Customer was, really upset. Next thing he knows, he needs to kind of regroup, and, a day goes by, and the next day, 3 executives come to him with 3 printed versions of different lies. Hey, tell the customer this. Hey, no, I got a better one. Tell the customer this. Oh, wait a second. You might want to look at this first. This is a better story. Well, my friend chose the truth. Went to the customer, said, you know what? We mishandled this. It was our fault. We made the mistake. Can we have an extra week to get these samples out to you in the correct finish? And the customer said, fine. And all that rigmarole, when in essence, the truth worked. So my suggestion is, ask yourself, when is wiggle room good for your business? And you know what? The truth is always an okay direction to go. So we're going to leave you today with Leonard Skinner, 1975. Am I losing? You know what? Are we losing a customer? No, we don't want to. It's too costly to replace a lost customer. And obviously this is, Leonard Skinner singing about a relationship, a friend. But enjoy it. Am I losing? 1975, Leonard Skinner. We will see you in 168 hours.